Good morning, welcome to another video. As you can see behind me, as the title suggests, down the Avon once again. I've come to a stretch today that I have not fished for, I would say, 8 years, probably getting on for a decade. I used to fish down here quite a lot, but for whatever reason I've not been back for ages, and it's not far from home, really close to home in fact. It's fairly deep from memory, not moving too fast as you can probably see. It's probably a sort of medium slow walking pace, but I fancy coming out because this river is still in cracking condition. We've got about 2 foot of visibility, just a tinge of green to it. It looks great. So I thought, well, come and have a go here. I've come to a swim where you probably see there's a bit of cover over there. I'll spin you around in a minute, you'll be able to see it a bit better with all these reeds are in the way, these rushes at the moment. We'll have a go here. If we don't do any good here, we'll have a go a bit further down the bottom end. If we don't do any good there, we'll perhaps nip off to another stretch. We'll just see what happens. It's 9:30, 10 now. So we'll perhaps have an hour in here, see if we can get anything going. Hour down there, see if we can get anything going. And then we'll perhaps see whether we've got enough time to perhaps get off to another stretch. Anyway, I'm waffling. Should get on with it really, shouldn't I? Very simple today. I've got about 2.5 pints of bronze maggots and that's it. I've got some bread, it's in the car. We could grab that if you wanted, but I'm going to go with maggots today because I've been doing well on maggots recently and they need using up. Weather is perfect. This stretch is very, very windy, if it's windy, but it's lovely and still today, hence me coming here. Nice and overcast, bit drizzly. Seems perfect. It's been lovely and warm of late. Today, not so much. But yeah, for the last week of the season, well, not last full week, last working week of the season, yeah, hopefully we can have a few sessions and catch a few fish before we have to stick to the canals and the still waters. Anyway, I am waffling it. Let's get a crack on with it, shall we? So how does that look? 2 big snaggy overhanging trees. I have in the past, very distant past, as I say, I've caught barbel, double figure barbel in here, double figure carp, loads of chub, loads of bream, all sorts of everything in this swim. So it'll be interesting to see what we can do today. I'm thinking chub. It is the winter after all. But you know, there's an outside chance of all sorts of everything. There's even some silver bream on this stretch. Now, of course, my go-to in these sort of situations, my Daiwa Tournament Pro 15-foot rod. I've got a Daiwa 125M closed face reel on there. I'll stick all the info on all this stuff in the description as I normally do. And if you want to see how I set this up, my sort of heavy trotting gear, I'll link you to a video as well in the description. And I'll leave a link in a card as well. Right, as you can see, all my rods stay set up nice and quick to get cracking. I brought a waggler rod with me as well, which would probably be better for this swim, to be honest, but I do love fishing a stick float, so I'm going to fish stick float. Let's see. Oh, we've got a bit of a downstream breeze, which is not ideal at all. It's going to make mending the line a real pain. Oh yeah, this is going to be really awkward. It's just blowing a massive bow in the line. Yeah, I've not misremembered the depth. It is quite deep there. We may be better off at the top end. Looks really, really good, this swim. Like I say, I just don't seem that interested. I've had probably 2 or 3 bites where the float hasn't even gone under. It's just dipped and stayed up. And one where it dipped, went under and came straight back up again. And that's been it. Really rapid bites as well, which indicates little fish to me. But the last one was like 15 minutes ago. I mean, I'm not getting many bites. And then just get absolutely nothing for 10, 15 minutes. I don't think it's worth sticking it out here. I don't know, perhaps we'll spend 5 minutes just walking down the bottom of the stretch there and having a look down there, because it's looking down there, it's gone all flat calm now, so I don't know. Let's make a decision. We're going to have a look down there. If that's no good or doesn't look the part, then we'll move stretches, I think, somewhere local. So we've only got a couple of hours. So a complete change of scenery, as you can see. Decided to go with maggots again. This is a swim I fished a few weeks ago now. Got a lovely big chub out of here. A smaller one. We got perhaps 3 foot of visibility in here. So I've got some bread with me, as I say. I've brought it with me this time down to the river. But I'm going to try maggots, I think, first, and we'll just see how we get on. Fishing this stretch can be a bit cute. So covering up the hook, you know, by using bread can often be a good ploy, but I do get fish for with bread quite a lot. So I'm wondering if getting on the old grubs might be a wise move. We'll see. We'll see how we get on anyway. On the outside of a bend here, all the flow is being thrown under our feet. So over on that far side, it's fairly static. On the near side is where the flow is, but it's not pushing through too hard today. The river being fairly low. Just a nice clarity. It's not clear, it's not gin clear. Right, if that's the bottom, blimey, we're shallow. I think it is. Yeah, I think we have shallow right up. We've gone from one extreme to the other. We've gone from fishing 11 foot deep to fishing, well, 10 foot-ish, fishing about 3.5. I've come here, I know there's a chance of fishing here. There's always fish about in these stretches. We'll have a go in this swim for a bit. There's one a bit further upstream, which we can have a go in. And then there's one down on the main river. This is sort of a back channel off the main river. There's another swim down on the main river we can have a go at as well. There is another angler on the stretch. Well, I think so anyway. There's a car parked in the anglers area. So obviously we'll have to be considerate. We haven't got it to ourselves, as is sometimes the case. God. Oh, we're in. I was going to say, I can't believe how many times this float's gone down. Oh, look at that. It's only about a third run through. Second run through, I think, actually. Oh, right down the bottom, though. I'm going to have to bring him right back up the swim. Can't believe that. I looked round, the float had gone under, as it has done about 2 or 3 times on the way down the swim. God, that line's singing. Can you believe it? Didn't take long, did it? Oh, blimey, we're being buzzed by the Red Baron. Apologies for the noise. God, this feels like a decent fish. Come on. He's going to behave. He's not really played out. Not even seen him yet. Oh, that's a tank. Look at the size of that. What a unit with a maggot in the side of his mouth. Come on. Got him. That is a donkey. I'm glad I moved. Well, this is why when I'm not catching, I move. It's quite a ridiculous fish. That's about that. Single maggot, size 20 hook, £5.9. Absolute tank. What a fish. That is my second biggest chub ever on the float. 5 ounces shy of my float caught PB. What a fish. Well, that was fairly unexpected. We had a 5 last time we were in here. It was 5.2, I think, from memory. After about an hour and a half. That was, I'm pretty sure, second run through. Certainly third at the most. I was still trying to sort the depth out. I thought it was the bottom. Wow. What a fish. Just shows you, don't it? Saying earlier, it takes one bite. Wow. Thought there was a chance of a good one in here. So there's despite it being a tiny little river, there's some nice fish in here. We'll feed for a few minutes and then perhaps have another go in, although I'm tempted to just go home, to be honest, before it rains. Mission accomplished. Well, I often say, don't be too impatient when you're trotting, but sometimes enough's enough and you can just move and drop on fish like that. That is quite special. As I say, that is my second biggest chub ever on the float. What a fish. Just try concentrating a bit more this time. As I say, it's been going down. There you go, look, see, it's gone down again. That looked like a bite as well. I've had sessions down here further upstream, but seasons gone by when fish are just stacked up in one swim. You can have 8 or 10 fish out of a swim. I mean, believe it or not, in a river of this size. I think we're perhaps just a bit too deep at the moment. It gave the tackle a good beating, so I sort of retied the hook link swivel and put a new hook link on and stuff after that fish. He gave it all a good workout. Yeah, I think that's the bottom. I mean, it just shows you how shallow it is in here. I mean, we are 4 foot maximum to that maggot. And we're dragging bottom. Looks like it's the right move to go on maggots. As I say, I know these fish in here, they do tend to get fished for quite a bit with bread. So I did think perhaps it might be an idea to get the grubs out. So there's enough clarity in here today. Once again, apologies for the aeroplanes. It's just, I don't know why. There's an airport not too far away from here, just a little local airport. But they're really, really flying low today for some reason, making a real racket. Yeah, as I was saying, I thought the grubs would be worth a go. But I do think we're probably not going to get any more bites in here. Certainly in the short to medium term, purely because that fish, I hooked him quite a long way down, didn't I? And dragged him right the way back through the swim. It's quite a intimate, twisty little stretch this, so there's not too many nice runs like this in it. The other reason I came to this stretch as well is this wind that we were struggling with on that previous stretch. It's sort of not going to be a problem here. Swims like this where we're down at the way, not a problem. If we go down on the main river, it will sort of be off our backs, so it's not going to be a problem. No signs of anything else. We'll give it 10 or 15 minutes. We'll perhaps go for a little wander. See, that looked like a bite. That clearly wasn't. No, doesn't look like it. When I've seen this particular swim black with fish in the past, I've come of an evening in the summer, chucked a few pellets down here where it's a little bit deeper, and put the polarizing glasses on, it's just black with fish. But, you know, that's not the beginning of March or getting towards the middle of March. That's in the summer when they're ravenous. The water's a lot warmer. Fish seem to like it up these little backwaters in the summer where there's a bit more oxygen than on the main river. Oh, we're in. It was down it went, and I thought, is that a fish? And there was just nothing for a few seconds, and then thump, thump. Oh, he's trying to get back under that tree. Oh, if he gets under there, we've had it. No. Gonna have to bully him. Oh. He's determined to get back into there. It looks like the hook's pulled. Oh, that was a really good fish. The hook's pulled. From ecstasy to agony. That was a good fish. That was a really good fish. Just got the swim going again, clearly. Frustrating. It's actually, I had to give him so much stick, it's actually straightened the hook a little bit. Just a bit, just open the curve up a bit on the hook. These are great hooks, these are really nice and strong. Well, I don't know if you can see that. It's just opened it up a little bit. I had to really give him some stick, and even then he was right in the back of that tree when I did. We're in again. All right. Yeah, you can stand there all day if you like. Oh, I'm not. He's going to do me in there. Oh, I've just had one do me in there. I know where that tree is.
Yeah, I can see.
Come on. Just an absolute beast do me in there. Got him. Yeah, I just lost one straight in the hook, trying to keep him out of there. You're definitely good luck today. Yeah, I thought I killed it when I lost that last one about 10 minutes ago. I thought, oh, I've killed the swim now. Oh, here's another nice one. Got him. Fantastic. Thank you very much. Well, we'll have a quick look at this one. I was just talking to an angler just appeared behind me as I hooked into him. That's about that. He's a scraper 4, isn't he? Fantastic. Not long after I lost that one as well, so clearly there's a few down there. Well, we're pretty much stuck in this swim. Well, we're not stuck in this swim, obviously there's plenty of swims, but from a trotting point of view, because there's 2 guys here already, not one, and they're both up there fishing where I was going to go upstream to. The chap I was just talking to when I was playing that fish, he's going downstream. So we're in here, by looks of it, but it is supposed to start chucking it down in rain any minute. So if we end up with 2 lovely fish like that, I'll be satisfied. I'd love to have landed that other one. It was definitely bigger than that one I just had. There's a scraper for that one. I just chucked it on the scales because I got them out anyway. Just tickling £4. The needle, I wasn't really sure enough to put a guesstimate on it either, because having seen that 5.9, it's like, it looked really small, that one. I thought, this is not small fish, not as small as I think it is. Crazy. Well, it just shows you, doesn't it? They're clearly down there hoovering up these maggots. I think we'll give it until it starts raining, or until we have to go do the school run. Because where I am now, it's nearer to school than it is to home, so there's not a lot of point going home. She'll have to work this evening instead. Work when it's dark, fish when it's light. Right, this is last run through. We've got just about an hour before I need to go. So if we're going to move, we need to move now. We've been 45 minutes without a bite in here since we had that last fish. So I think now is the time. I think we would have had another fish by now if we were going to have another one. We're going to have a move just up around this corner. All the swims down there are taken. Well, the swims we want to go in. The swim, I should say, we want to go in. The guys have sort of roving and they've gone past me, and I know they've gone down on the main river. So we'll get up into this next swim up here, which can often be good for a few bites. Yeah, let's go. Let's get less and less pleasant stood here anyway, if I'm honest. It's a lovely run through, lovely trot through, but it's getting windier and windier and windier by the minute. Seems perhaps a bit daft putting the keep net in such a small river, but with fish welfare in mind and not wanting to return them in different swims, I thought I would. Can be very, very lively, these fish. We won't mess them about, but God. I mean, that one's a good one. The 4, go on, chap, back you go. But that is an absolute tank. Look at the size of that. Come on, chap. Go on, back you go. Go on. Look at the size of that. Well, that's it. As I say, time I was gone. But yeah, that's been absolutely wonderful and gutting all at the same time. That fish we lost was certainly on a par with that big one we caught. And to catch something 5 ounces under my float caught PB, never thought that would happen today. I thought we might connect with something of a decent stature, but nothing quite that big. Wow, what a fish. But yeah, like I say, at the same time, absolutely mortified I lost that other one. Anyway, c'est la vie, that's fishing, isn't it? On to the next now. I'm going to try and get out again tomorrow. It's going a bit colder this week, so I don't think the fishing is going to get any easier. But if that's the best fish to finish the season this week, I certainly can't complain. I know you'll be watching this in the close season, so apologies for that, but I'll get it out as soon as I can. It's the following day. I could not resist coming back to this stretch to have another go. You can probably get blown a gale. It is a lot colder today. Now, I didn't really intend on fishing this swim again today. There's no one here, so what I fancied was getting down the bottom end and having to go down there. No one here, I mean no other anglers. However, I had to walk past this swim. I couldn't do it. I could not do it. So I'm going to have half an hour, maybe an hour in here first, and then we'll have a move down the bottom end. That's the plan anyway. As I say, the plan wasn't really to come in. after, I think if I hadn't lost the fish in here, I'd possibly be able to walk past. But knowing I lost a really good fish in here, I've got to have another go. Anyway, enough waffle. Exactly the same as yesterday, same setup. I've got about a pint of bronze maggots left and I bought some whites. That's the only difference, and I've left the bread in the car, not that we used it yesterday. Right, that's enough waffle, let's get cracking. What I'm trying to do again today is trying to stay off the skyline. I mean, yes, the river's a bit coloured, 2-3 foot of this, perhaps 3, just about. But even so, this fish are only perhaps 3.5-4 foot down there. What I don't want to do is put my silhouette on the skyline. So I'm hunkering down as I'm getting sorted. You know, scupper your chance before you even start. I'm also trying not to bang on the floor, because obviously that will send vibrations out across the river. Again, it's another thing the anglers, they don't seem to care about at all. Stomping around, not good. Fish can't hear as such, but they can pick up vibrations. If I start stamping around here, I'll certainly know I'm here. I'd rather they didn't. In a way, I'll be surprised if we got a bite in this swim, if I'm honest. But you never know. Stranger things have happened. I'm just going to keep the maggots going in. It is very windy again, as you can probably hear. Part of the reason I came here, I wasn't sure I was going to be able to get out today. Again, it's getting on a bit now. It's getting towards 11. Well, hopefully they're in the mood. We'll feed for 5 minutes and then we'll have a crack. God blimey, it is a lot colder today. Well, this is a club stretch as well, open to all club members. So, you know, it's quite possible someone fished in here yesterday evening, after I left perhaps. So, I may have had a bit of a hammer in this swim in the last 24 hours, but we'll give it a go. As I say, I didn't really intend on fishing in here. But it's such a nice trot as well, that's the thing. I mean, just to physically do it is very enjoyable. I actually sort of came here with thoughts of a different stretch in mind, if I'm honest. But I had to pass here and I thought, if there's no one there, we're going to have a go down the bottom. And there isn't. Like I say, there's no one here. Well, no, there's no cars anyway. I don't think there is. It's not the sort of place you walk to. Like I say, it wouldn't surprise me if we got a few bites in here. It wouldn't surprise me if I don't get a sniff. These fish are not daft. They know they get fished for. I think we upset the ones in here yesterday. There we go. Oh, just slowed up. The float just slowed up and then dropped under. It's taken 20 minutes or so to get a bite. I don't think he's a monster. But it shows they're there. It shows they're on these maggots. Wonderful. It went down the run before it went down as well. I wondered if it was a bite or not, because it hasn't been going down there in general. But I missed it if it was a bite. I just don't feel a bad one, to be fair. Trying to get us in the weeds down here. think he's managed it. Yeah, there's some weeds down in front of us here, but I think we can probably scoop him from there. We can. Got him. Your little trick didn't work, did it? Your little ploy. Oh, that's a nice fish. Well, how's about that? Wonderful, that's a cracking start. Absolutely fantastic. Hopefully we can have his big brother. Well, I was just getting to the point where I was thinking, yeah, it's not going to happen in here. Probably been fishing 25 minutes or something like that. We'll give it a bit longer, I think, shall we? In a perverse way, I was kind of hoping we wouldn't get any bites in here and that would get me to move down on the main river. But I'd rather try in here, and if we keep getting bites, certainly won't be moving. But yeah, that took a while. Like I say, who knows, perhaps they're out and about now, perhaps we've gotten them confident. And that was only about halfway down the swim as well. It's only very shallow through here as well. I think, as I mentioned yesterday, I'm fishing about just over 3 foot, and it's still going down in a couple of places, getting dragged down. This is why you've got to be a bit careful approaching the water. You know, there's about 3 foot of visibility in this water, so I would imagine that these fish will be able to see me if I was skylining up there. This lovely warm sun on my left and this bitey cold wind coming from the right. My left side's lovely and warm, my right side is absolutely freezing. That's gone under, that felt a bit like a fish. Oh. It's not going to do the swim any good. This chub are very good at not grabbing the wrong maggot. Really small hooks required. Single maggot so it matches the freebies. In the past I've had them on the Avon. Well, if you've been watching the videos since the summer, you'll know. I've had them swirling on the top, grabbing the maggots on the top, and they still avoid the one that's got the hook in it. I'll take every other one. Well, we've been at it best part of an hour. One bite, one fish. So I think I'm going to give it another 10 minutes. See if anything else is forthcoming. I thought when we caught this fish, perhaps we got him out and feeding. But it would seem perhaps not. Well, I think I'm going to call this the last run through. Don't feel like we're building anything here. I feel like we've picked off a fish. So I think I'm going to go down to the main river, just below where the two arms rejoin. It's a lovely trotting peg down there. I think we'll get down there and have a go. Chance of a few fish down there. As I say, over an hour in here and just one bite, one fish. So I don't think there's any numbers of fish around. Oh, we're in. Go right down the bottom. Right down the bottom. It's about my third last run through. Oh, I need to do everything to get in that cover. I can't give him anything. I can't give him any line at all. He's desperately trying to get into that cover. You can see down the bottom of the swim. Oh, turn in. Wow. Blimey. Absolutely desperate to get that cover down there. Oh, we got to keep him away from this willow on that far side there. He's playing ball at the moment. He's out in the middle of the river. Yeah, for the last 3 times through, I've said to myself, last run through. Right, now it's going to be fun and games. Come on, stay out of there. Let's get on top of it before he gets over that. No, he's trying. No. God, all the dirty tricks. He looks a nice fish. Feels a nice fish. My arm's aching. Just can't get him up in this flow. Come on. The trouble is I've got all these weeds down by my feet as well, which I have to be very careful of. Oh, he's a nice fish. God, we've only just nicked him. Got a big old gob. Wow. Oh, that's a cracker. He's £4 if he's an ounce. Wonderful. Well, how's about that? I guesstimated low 4. I'll just put them on the scales. £4.4. So I wasn't a million miles away. Fantastic. Lovely winter condition. Big belly, bronze flanks. Cracking. What do we do now? Do we stay or do we go? Right, we need to decide what we want from the session, don't we? We've been fishing an hour and a quarter. We've had 2 nice fish from here. I think we can, well, the choice is twofold really. We can either go on the main river, which is not as nice a trot as this one. We have got a chance of a hit of multiple fish down there. But I think we've got a chance of some bigger fish in this swim. And it's a nicer trot, like I say. But we're certainly going to catch less, I'm pretty sure. So we need to make a decision. I'm not sure, really not sure what to do, if I'm honest. One thing I'm going to do though is feed this swim for 10 minutes without fishing it. Always a good ploy. We'll stand here, we'll feed for 5 or 10 minutes before we go back in and let it settle down a bit. We did drag that fish all the way back through the swim as well, which is not great. Hooked him right down the bottom. So I've made a decision. I just had a walk down to the swim down the bottom. The wind's blowing at a horrible angle. So I think I'm going to stick it out here. I think I'm perhaps going to give it another hour. We'll have another crack for an hour. See if we can, I think I'd rather at this stretch try and pick off a big one than try and catch lots down the bottom. And we'll perhaps get out over the coming days and try and have a hit of chub on different stretches. So yeah, decision made. We'll stay here, we'll give it an hour. I have got stuff to do anyway, really. So it's only a bit of a fleeting visit. So I think give it another hour in here rather than go down there and take an hour to get it going. All right, last run through. We've had an hour since that last fish. Not had a bite since. So I'm glad I came out. I was umming and ahhing earlier, as I mentioned, I think. But yeah, that's been good. And so I am glad I came and fished this peg again. Just, as I say, after we lost that fish yesterday. Thought there was perhaps a chance of a few out of here, and it is a lovely trot as well. But with hindsight, perhaps we should have gone down the bottom of the stretch. But we've had 2 lovely fish today, and I can't complain. And that 5.9 yesterday, and the low 4 as well. So yeah, it's kicked at some lovely fish. But as I say, we've only had just over 2.25 hours at it today, and caught 2 lovely fish. So I certainly can't complain. I'm used at some of these old maggots as well. Now, planning on getting out, making the most of the rest of the season. I know by the time you see this, it'll be the close season, but yeah, we've got a few days left, so I'm going to get out, make the most of it. But that's for next time. For now, thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed that. Tight lines, enjoy your own angling. Many thanks to the channel patrons for your fantastic support. Thanks to those of you who supported me through buymeacoffee.com. And I'll see you again very soon. Whee!